Hello everybody. I hope everybody's going to have a good Christmas this year, considering all that's happened. But for now, I'm going to continue with Outward. Before we head out, I'm going to make a quick potion here real fast. And that's not how to do it. I just casted the flamethrower spell for no reason. I wanted to hit F, not E. Anyway, I'm going to combine water with some blue sand, cult remains, and a crystal powder, and that'll craft a Golem Elixir. After that, I'll sell that, and then we'll start our journey, where I'm going to be heading to the Hallowed Marsh this part. You'll notice here I grabbed the primitive satchel from my stash, along with the dark rich attire, because there's a couple other areas I'm going to be visiting along the way as well. Might sell off a few other items. I'm pretty sure I sold all the stuff I won't be need to bring with me, although I did bring my Hackmanite and my Palladium scrap, as well as the scaled leather and the primitive satchel, since there are going to be some items in the Hallowed Marsh as well as elsewhere that I'm going to want to craft into new stuff. So I'll need to bring that stuff with me when I head out. Yeah, I had some cooling potions that I was going to hang on to, but then I remembered I can already cast the cool boon. I also have Call to Elements, which if I cast it here in Cierzo, also gives me the cool boon. So yeah, I don't need those potions, so I just went ahead and sold them. Yeah, I'm just cutting ahead. I'm just running down the road at this point. There's really nothing to see. Most of the things on the road that would have attacked me are already dead. And interestingly, this is one of the few times that I ran this way that I haven't run into the Pearlbird Cutthroat, which I know is on the path leading down to the Vendavel Fortress. And since we'll be going there later on, I'm assuming I'll run into it then. By then I'll probably have more magic and some more spells and abilities and such that'll make him a lot easier to take on. And until then, we're just taking the road to the Hallowed Marsh. I'll be heading down this path, past the Conflux Mountain, and to this spot in the map that says to Hallowed Marsh. I'll let you know if I actually do run into anything, but unless that happens, we'll skip ahead to when I arrive at the passageway. Well, on my way, I decided to reset some of my hotkeys. That way I might stop casting certain abilities accidentally. And anyway, we're going to head towards and fight this thing real quick, the Mantis Shrimp, to try it out. And as you can see, I've already got to get used to my new build. I tried to cast Spark, and I meant to use that, Mason Fusion. Uh-oh. Roll. There we go. There we go. You see I knocked him down with the Brutal Mace's additional impact damage, as well as inflicting confusion. And you can see I took that Mantis Shrimp down pretty easily. I haven't even looted the first one, and the second one attacked me. Alright, you want some? I shouldn't have tried to block that. I should have just hit him. Alright, roll out of the way. This one's attempting to put up more of a fight. There we go. That's 2 down. Although now I probably need to use a bandage or a healing item, which I shall. Something else I also did that I should probably mention is that I converted just about all the food I was carrying before into more travel rations, so now I have 25 of them. And my reason for doing that is I'm going to be doing a lot of region traveling pretty soon. Like I said before, I want to go to all the other regions that are available to me, and so that I can talk to trainers and such to get spells and abilities that I'm going to want for the adventure, and to make myself effective as a character. Because right now I've got some pretty decent abilities, but the ones I can get later on will be really powerful and will enable me to tackle much stronger enemies in the future, which is what I want to do, because that's what you're going to have to do later in the game. But yeah, we're getting close to where the entrance to the Hallowed Marsh is. Like I said before in a previous part, those sun icons mark where the path to the Hallowed Marsh is, and will take you eventually to the town of Monsoon, where the holy mission of Elatt is located. I see there's a couple of bandits up ahead. Might want to take them out. I'll set up some tripwire traps. I'll look around to make sure there's no other wildlife or whatever that's trying to get me. Interestingly, I can use these insect husks as part of the trap, but I think I'll use the spikes I've got. I got plenty of iron spikes. I'll apply another bandage. I'm also going to apply a bolt rag since the effect of mason fusion has run out. But I still have the blessing from when I blocked the electrical attack. I have confusion on me, which will lower my impact. Come on, I'm not even hiding. I want you to come this way. Your archer buddy can come too if you really want him. That's right. Now it's just you and me. You missed. You even missed with his sword. There we go. Yeah, this brutal mace is much better than the one I had before. See if they had anything of value on them. It's got some more linen, I'll take that. Wonder why this bandit had arrows. This one was the archer. He's got a simple bow. I'll take it, if only to sell it. Some more silver. I'll take his sword. Probably have to decraft their weapons, which I shall. Yeah, they had an iron sword and a machete. I'm going to go ahead and decraft both. Then I believe I can make another tripwire trap set, which I shall. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I need one more iron scrap to make more tripwires, but that should be fine. I can always find more metal if I find more weapons or other items. I can't decraft the bow, but like I said before, I can always find a merchant and sell it. Speaking of which, are there any traveling merchants nearby? I don't see his caravaner. Getting thirsty, but I got lots of water, so we're good on that department. And in a moment, I'm going to point out why I didn't even really have to drink. Now, one of the reasons I converted all of my food and stuff is, you'll see here, my food is at 86%, and sleep is at 87%, and drink is at 100 because I just drank, but I didn't even have to really do that, and I'll show you why. We're going to select to travel to the Toxic Marsh, or the Hallowed Marsh. You'll see it's toxic swamp, lit by flowers and fireflies, dotted with dinosaur nests and glowing undead. I also want to point out this. It's day 12 in the adventure, so we're going to travel. And now we're in the Hallowed Marsh. If I go to my map now, you'll see it's day 14. So it actually takes a couple of days between where you're traveling to get to where you're actually going. You have to keep that in mind too, because your food and such can still spoil and the like. You can see here the larva eggs I picked up off the Mantis Shrimps, as well as my pungent paste, have gone down a bit, as have the Gabbery jam. And the travel rations can spoil too, but I believe they last the longest of all your food. And as for why I came here, I'll show you this. You'll notice food, drink, and sleep have been maxed out again. Drink went back to 99% again, but now that when you travel from regions, it'll actually restore all of your needs, so you'll be alright in that regard. I think I can craft something with the item I just picked up, a marshmallow. I forget if I need 3 of those or 3 Gabbery jams. You also see over there, there's some fireflies. You can actually collect those, and if you find a particular spot in the region, the fireflies will be devoured by this plant, and then you can pick up the powder that gets left behind. And that's an alchemical ingredient. Let me find it. The marshmallows. These are a special kind of fruit that you can find here in the Hallowed Marsh area. And those can be used for a number of crafting recipes in terms of cooking. I just don't remember all the recipes. I know there's a way to make a marshmallow tartan, kind of like how I have the Gabbery jams. The reason I brought these with me is I can combine them with marshmallows to make marshmallow jam. I just don't remember how to do it yet. Anyways, my first stop in this area is going to be the city of Monsoon. And to find it, I have to follow the sun markers, just like the ones I saw back in the Chersonese region. I'm a little slow because I'm over-encumbered from picking up the marshmallow, because for whatever reason they're really heavy. Just one is worth 3 pounds. That's a lot. That's even less than the 2 insect husks I got off of the Mantis Shrimps. So I'm gonna skip ahead a bit until something happens. Ah yes, before I forget, there's something else I should probably point out. Check out how the water says it's rancid here. The Hallowed Marsh being a swamp, the water is all poisonous. So you don't want to go in the water or else it'll actually poison you and you'll take damage. I think I found another marshmallow. Can I even pick one up? And then keep going? Well, I can, but I'm really slow. I mean, I can roll, it's kinda quicker, but yeah, that's gonna take a while. You'll notice up ahead there's that bright beam of light going into the sky. That's actually the beacon of Elatt, which is located in the town of Monsoon. You'll also notice that there's the Cabal of Wind tower thing up ahead. The 2 marshmallows I'm carrying are so heavy, I'm so slow though, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my backpack down for the moment, and we'll head over here. I'm going to have to run through the swamp to do it. And amazingly, did not get poisoned. So we'll activate this. This will let me know that the wind in the Hallowed Marsh would recognize me and obey me if I commanded it. Of course, I don't have the Cabal of Wind skills that require me to activate that, but that's where you go to do it. I think it's even marked on the map where it is. Or maybe it isn't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right on the path towards Monsoon, which is where I'm headed. I'm going to try to find another marshmallow, because I think I remember the recipe. I need 3 of them to combine with a Gabbery... with the Gabbery jam, which I have 3 of those. Alright, I found a 3rd marshmallow to gather, as well as some wood from that tree. I went around to over that side so I wouldn't get poisoned by the water. And I'll craft myself a marshmallow jelly. First I'll put down my campfire. I'll go ahead and put the cooking pot on top of it. Cast spark. And then from here we'll craft that with the 3 marshmallows. The Gabbery jam with the 3 marshmallows, craft, and we get the marshmallow jelly, and we get the recipe for it. And just like the Gabbery jam, I can combine the marshmallow jam with a bread to turn it into marshmallow tartan. And as you can see here, it says it confers an immense stamina recovery. So obviously it gives a higher stamina recovery than Gabbery jam. Just something you can consider crafting, although why it takes 3 of those big heavy marshmallows to do it, I have no idea. Trying to figure out where I go on the map. There's supposed to be ancient ruins and the markers for the Pilgrim's Road. I can see some of the markers over there, but I'm not sure if I can go that way or I'm supposed to go this way. So even with the markers, it can be a bit tricky to navigate the Hallowed Marsh. I'm going to try heading up this way towards the marker. Because the issue I have here is that sometimes you can't really tell where to go because of all the rancid water about, and again, your map doesn't really hint as to which way you're supposed to go. I'd pick up the Fireflies and try to find one of those spots to turn them into powder, but my inventory is full enough as it is. So I think what I'll do instead is I'll get to Monsoon and do what I need to do there. Now you can see over here, there's a kind of creature in the water over there. I believe it's called a Phytosaur. I can actually combine a marshmallow with a Phytosaur horn to create a marshmallow tartan. Oh, it's attacking me. I didn't think it would, if I'm being perfectly honest. What do you want? I didn't do anything to you. I don't get it. They aren't usually hostile. If I had time, I could add a rag to my weapon here. Like I said, I don't know why it attacked me. I was going to leave it alone. Ow. Ow, now he's poisoned me. This isn't good. Do I have an antidote? No, I gotta drink a life potion, quick. Ow. This is not going well. Ow. This is bad. Why does it hate me so much? I didn't do anything to you. I need to drink another healing potion, quick. The poison's gonna take me out, isn't it? Or he is. Ah. Well, looks like I'm gonna get to Monsoon that way, according to the loading screen. Well, I guess that's one way to get there, even though that obviously wasn't my intention. Oh man, I don't even know why it attacked me. I swear, the Phytosaurs usually leave you alone. This one just charged at me all angry as heck. I don't know what I did to set it off. I was just going to point it out. I was also going to point out that the location of the thing where you make the Firefly powder, but I didn't get a chance to, as it suddenly jumped me for no reason. Let's see, as your eyes open, you find yourself propped against a wall at the gates of Monsoon, safe. As you glance around for your savior, you see someone in gleaming white armor vanish into the crowd. See, I don't know why a Phytosaur saw fit to beat me up, but now we are in the town of Monsoon. I'm gonna go ahead and drink a pungent I'm gonna eat a pungent paste. I know I have one left. That'll restore all my lost health and stamina that got broken. Also drink an astral potion. Then we'll bandage up. I swear I did not expect to run into the angriest of all Phytosaurs. Anyways, now that I am in town, let's go find a merchant so I can sell some stuff. Then I'll find the trainer. If you look over here, you'll see that this is where Oliel came. You might remember she came here to join the holy mission of Elatt from Cierzo. I'm hoping she didn't have the same trouble I did, running into a really angry herbivore that just decided it didn't like the look of me. Anyway, here's the Sorborian Caravaneer.
Greetings, friend.
I'm gonna go ahead and sell some things to you, like this bow. There's a well nearby. I can fill up my water skins. Also drink up. Wonder if I'm hungry. My lantern's almost burned out. I think what I'll do is I'll wait until it tells me that it is almost burned out, and then I can show off how to fix it. Anyways, now that I'm here, even though that wasn't my intended way of getting here, I can go find the trainer that I want to talk to.
Greetings, friend.
Yeah, here we go. This is the trainer I want to talk to. You can see here he teaches the Sigil of Fire, but I've already got Sigil of Fire, as you'll recall. He also has the Mana Ward skill, which I'm going to want, so I don't have enough silver. That's right, because I'm holding all my silver as gold bars. Alright, I'll be right back. There we go. I went back and I sold, not sold, but traded the gold bar I had for the 100 silver, so now I can purchase the Mana Push skill from the Philosopher trainer. Alamon. And I'm gonna want this skill. It's pretty good. Let's see. Probably change out where Flamethrower is for it. Did I not buy it?
Greetings, friend.
Yeah, I want to learn Mana Ward. Thank you. From Alamon here. Alright, we're going to set that to R. Then we'll set Flamethrower to 1. I think this person's a trainer too.
Hey there.
Alright, you teach me slow metabolism. This will make it so that I can take more time before becoming hungry, thirsty, and sleepy. I will purchase that ability. She's also got a couple other skills here that I might want. One is Focus and the other is Brace. Focus will allow me to burn a bit of my maximum stamina to gain the Discipline boon, which will increase the physical damage of my weapon attacks. And Brace will allow me to block an attack in a special way that will give me the Discipline boon and knock enemies back. And yeah, since I can get those without expending a breakthrough skill, and that skill works with any weapon, yeah, I might be really tempted to pick up that as a skill. One of the other breakthroughs I'm going to want to pick up is here too, the Philosopher Breakthrough, which I believe gives me mana recovery over time, and one of the skills I can learn from him will increase the damage I do with fire, which is something else I'm going to want as a passive skill. But I think what I'm going to spend the rest of my silver on is a room at this inn, so that I can rest up and get my stamina back. So we'll show off how the inns work. Head into the Fang and Claw Inn. I talk to the innkeeper. It says, if you got the coin, you'll find no greater comfort in this marsh than any inn. Pull up a seat. And I'll say, I want to rent a room.
Want to stay?
And it costs 25
Stay.
silver.
Listen.
I will say yes. The room is up the stairs. Just look for the open door. So I head upstairs. And here's the open door, and I can use the beds in here. One thing I'm going to want to do is check my weapons and armor. They seem alright. Everything looks in order. I could probably afford to fix up the dark rich attire a bit, but I think I'll focus on the leather armor. Let's see, I'll sleep for 5 hours. Repair for 2. And there we go. I got all my health and stamina back. A quarter of my mana has been burned from resting, but yeah, I really needed to rest. Maybe I'll show off the Mana Ward before I go. What Mana Ward will do is when I cast it, it'll give me a few seconds of invulnerability. I think I can read it and it'll tell me. If I can find it. There it is. This will envelop me in mana, and for an instant I become immune to damage. I can also combine it with the Sigil of Fire. If I do that, it'll actually immolate myself. This will give me a boost to my fire damage, but at the same time, I will also be on fire, and I'll take burning damage while I'm under its effect. Now the Mana Ward will protect me from the fire damage when I first cast it, but it, again, doesn't last very long, like a second when you cast it. But, you know, once that runs out, then I'll start burning. And what I can do to prevent burning is if I drink some water, it'll put out the fire. Alright, we've stepped back out into the Hallowed Marsh. And one of the other reasons I want to come here is because, like I said before, I can get another scaled leather here that I can use to craft the primitive satchel into a better backpack. I just have to find a creature that drops scaled leather and kill it. As you saw, even the herbivores are dangerous enough that they can beat me up and knock me out. I'll have to be on my guard if I do find a creature capable of giving me the scaled leather I want. I'll most likely end up wanting to use my tripwire traps and the like against it. I think there might be a particular enemy up here that I could fight to get that. There's also a tree here, not surrounded by poisoned water, which would be a good place to gather wood if I need it. So let's see if I can find the creature in particular I'm talking about. You might recognize it if I find it, because it's the same one I fought down in the conflux chamber. Well, it's not it. That's a different creature. But I think it does have scaled leather, so I am going to try to take him down. We'll start with the tripwire traps. Set those. Put down my bag. Against these enemies, I probably am going to use my fire sigil. Alright, let's get its attention. I'm going to run back over here. While you run through my traps, I'm going to set up a sigil of fire. And if you don't come to me, I'm going to start fireballing you. And down you go. Yeah, he's called a Stekosaur. Let's see if he had the scaled leather I need. He did not. Maybe this one will. I casted Mana Ward to give myself that temporary invulnerability. There we go. Give him the flamethrower. Alright, come get me. See what you really can do. There we go. Take him down to the spike traps. Make sure nothing else is trying to get me. Grab the meat and the predator bones off of you. And he had a scaled leather, which means I can now do it. So I go into my survival crafting. I combine the primitive satchel with the 3 scaled leathers I have. Hit craft. And I create a scaled satchel. Let's check it out. This is a bigger bag with improved carrying capacity, a lantern slot, and does not restrict my dodge. So if I equip this one, you'll see my carrying capacity goes up to 60. Now I'll pick up my old Nomad backpack, take everything out of it. Then I will take the bag itself. It says my pouch is overweight. That's probably because I put the potions into that slot. No problem. I'll just take a few off and that should fix it. Check this out. Somebody put a whole garden up here. There's actually 3 marshmallows, perfect for creating another tart marshmallow jelly. So we'll gather up the 3 I need. I also got an ochre spice beetle. Might craft those into more tea. That way it'd help with my stamina. Gotta put down the campfire I made. Did I make one? There we go, I did now. Ah, there's the Dinosaur. You might remember I fought that thing back in the conflux chamber. Yeah, they're actually common creatures here in the Hallowed Marsh. Which, you know, that makes them pretty dangerous. Hopefully he will not notice me, although with the Fireflies on me, you never know. There we go. I could also craft the meat into some jerky, but I think I can actually use marshmallows in another recipe. I just have to, again, remember what that one was. Or just look it up on the wiki, which I probably will at some point. Wonder if I can slip past this Dinosaur. He was the one I was looking for originally to get the scaled leather. I knew there was one up here, but instead I ran into the Stekosaurs. Looks like I'll be able to slip right by him despite all the light coming off me. Yeah, I'll show that off. Having Fireflies with you makes you more visible to enemies, which means if you're trying to sneak around, obviously having a bright light on you, it's basically the same as having your lantern on. They'll detect you and come right for you. One of the reasons I picked them up, though, is I wanted to show off what you do with Fireflies to get Firefly powder. So hopefully I can find the thing you're supposed to go. Oh boy, another one of those Phytosaur things. Like, I'd rather not fight you, because last time I got attacked by one of you, I didn't even pick a fight. He just charged at me and started attacking me. Well, I don't want to fight, so leave me alone. There we go. I'm gonna cross this land bridge over here. I think I see it over there. You see that? I don't know how to describe it. There's like a weed or something on the right there. And there's also some bandits ahead of me. I want to watch out for them. Yeah, the bandits here are a little stronger. They're called Marsh Bandits, and they're a bit stronger than the bandits you run into in the Chersonese, mainly because they wear like heavy armor and such. I'll take those too. Those are pressure plates. I'll explain them in a moment. First I want to give these guys the slip. Head over here towards the thing over here I was talking about. Yeah, when you find this crazy looking plant, I think I'm under attack. Stekosaur is coming. I got an idea for you. You can see I can gather Firefly powder. Well, of course I can't get it while those two are after me, so here's what I'm gonna do. Hey guys, I got something for you. Here, you guys have fun fighting amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go collect this Firefly powder. They are fighting, right? No, the Stekosaur is coming right for me. Why? On the plus side, the scaled satchel, I don't even have to put it down before I get into a combat, because I can still dodge roll while wearing it. Come on, guys, this isn't hard. Why don't they fight? Come on. I'm just gonna keep running in circles until something dies. There we go, now they're fighting each other. While you guys fight it out, I'm gonna prepare to fight the winners. I'll apply the ice rag. Now we watch the Marsh Bandits and the Stekosaurs fight each other. Looks like the bandits are gonna win. Might whack this one down. Yeah, I don't think so. There we go. Managed to take out 4 enemies by primarily making them fight each other. I'll take his jerky and his silver. I think he also has an iron axe and a shield. I'll take those. This guy's got an iron great hammer. Some raw meat and some predator bones. And I think that's it. Oh, he's got some bread on him. That means I can combine the things I've got to make a thing. That came out all wrong. I can combine the bread with the marshmallow jelly to make a marshmallow tartan. Yeah. Of course I'm going to be real slow going, getting back to Monsoon with all this stuff. But I could probably decraft the iron axe. So I'll do that. Craft some more tripwire traps. There we go, that should lighten the load a bit. But I do want to get the iron great hammer and the steel shield back, because those will sell for a good price back at Monsoon. I should probably also explain the item I picked up here, the pressure plate trap. This is a device that must be armed with a compatible item. It's basically another kind of trap like tripwire traps, but I cannot use them yet. I have to learn a specific skill that can only be taught to me in the heroic kingdom of Levant before I can make use of them. They are valuable though, so if I want I could pick them up and then go back to Monsoon and sell them for more silver coins, which is probably exactly what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to slip past this weird place here. I think this is the Vigil Tower? Or the Vigil Pylon, yeah. This area makes one of my roommates who also played this game with me has a theory that the world of Auron is kind of, or Ori is actually not really a medieval sword and sorcery style world, but actually a post-apocalyptic type of setting, since all this crazy machinery is here that probably served a purpose at some point in the past. I mean, it's an interesting theory. I know this takes place in its own kind of reality. Some guys guarding the exit I gotta watch out for. Gather up some wood and make another campfire kit. Then I'll decide how I'm gonna slip by those guys. Alright, make the campfire kit. Do I have tripwires? I do. In that case, I'm gonna start setting up a couple of traps. I don't know if they're gonna spot me while I'm doing this. I think they are. Don't mind me, Mr. Marsh Bandit. I'm just setting up some traps in preparation for your arrival. I think he's got a witch with him, too. Set up the predator bones as a trap. Take this guy out with the brutal club. You I'm gonna give the flamethrower. That wasn't the flamethrower. Haha. I meant to cast flamethrower, but I forgot I set it to 1. I pushed ended up pushing 1 to or 4 to activate the Sigil of Flame. Oh well. This guy had a makeshift torch on him. I could use another torch, actually, if only because I could use it with flamethrower. Let's see, you got anything else on you worth anything? Not really. Well, the other reason I want a torch is because unlike a lantern, is that a lantern can't keep me warm in cold environment. So having a torch when it gets cold would actually be of benefit to me. I think the real value is in the steel shields, so I'm going to hang on to those. I can make another Bouillon de Predator, but instead I think I'm going to do a manual crafting. This time I'm going to craft the Marshmallow Jelly with the bread I picked off that bandit, and that gets me 3 marshmallow tartans. Yeah, Monsoon is unique in that to get there you have to travel by boat. And there you'll find all these boats here. I thought that was neat. So rather than just a doorway into the town, you get on a boat, and then when the loading screen comes in, you'll be in the town of Monsoon. Alright, I guess the iron great hammers weren't worth all that much, but as you can see here, the steel shields are worth 60 silver each. That's really good. That'll give me 128 silver just from those 3 items. Plus I'll sell my old backpack since I don't need that no more. Let's see, what else could I give him? These larva eggs that are about to expire, I could sell those. Let's see, I'll sell the extra predator bones. I'm going to keep the greasy ferns because those will come in handy. Alright, I'm going to sell all that. That gets me up to 188 silver. That's really good. Yeah, those steel shields are like one of the best ways to get your money up to buy skills, since they're worth 60 silver apiece. So yeah, bland are their weapons, but if I can get their shields back and sell them, I'll be able to get all the skills I want in no time.
Greetings, friend.
The other skills this guy sells are Chakram Pierce and Chakram Arc. What I really want from him is Leyline Connection, as well as Fire Affinity. Those are the 2 main skills I want from him. Yeah, as you can see, I'll regain mana per second once I have Leyline Connection. Which reminds me, I should have casted Reveal Soul back on those bandits I defeated. Oh well. I'll just have to do it the next time I see dead bandits. Which probably won't be much long after I leave town. Now that I have the money to, I could probably pick up Brace and Focus. Part of me's considering picking him up. The discipline boon would be pretty helpful. Sure, why not? We'll pick him up. There we go. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of spots to put skills, but the ones you will get are pretty helpful. I think it'll show me, yeah, these marks on the map show me where the trainers are. You have the Monk Trainer and the Philosopher Trainer. There we go. Now if I need the Discipline boon, I can block an attack, or I can go into my menu and just cast it on myself, which, as it says, will burn stamina, but I can recover stamina by sleeping and such. While I'm here, I think I can have a drink of water. My water skins are all full, so yeah, I think another fun thing about those bandits I fought is I think they respawn pretty quickly, so they can be a good source of materials, especially money, since if they drop their shields, I can come back and sell the shields like I did before. You'll notice that the 2 bandits that I killed have already respawned, and which means I could fight them again. And so I'll get their attention. One of them's got a bow, it looks like. That's right, let's fight over here away from your friend so he doesn't notice. As you'll see, I knocked him back and I got the Discipline boon. That was the brace skill that I learned in town from the Monk Trainer. Come on, let's go. This guy's got cold feet. Maybe if I warm him up a bit. Oops. Yeah, you'll see it says my my lantern no longer has the durability to cast Flamethrower because it's almost burned out. So I'll finish this guy off, and then I'll show you how we fix that with the torch, or the lantern. First I'll equip this lantern. Did I equip it? Okay, yeah, I did. Now we're gonna combine the lantern with the thick oil that I have, and that will repair the lantern. As you can see, the lantern in my hand is already full. Switch it off. This guy had an antidote and some salt on him. But most importantly, he has another steel shield. Another valuable 60 silver shield that I can go back and sell in Monsoon. Where'd that other guy go? There he is. I just realized I'm completely out of mana. So we'll beat on this guy. And you're done. Take your sword. Take anything else you got on you that's valuable. And because I forgot to cast the soul, I'm gonna probably have to drink my astral potion. Now we'll cast Reveal Soul. There it is. Then we spark to get all my mana back. Or most of it back. Yeah, so now I have another sword, an axe, a shield, and a bow to sell. And I'm going to probably keep that up for a bit until I have enough money to pick up the skills in Monsoon that I want. Yeah, I should probably also mention the reason you want to do it this way is that since I haven't joined a faction yet, the particular quest that results in the fall of Cierzo, if you don't complete it in time, the timer for that quest will not start until you join a faction. So by doing it this way, you'll actually be able to get yourself enough to do that quest before even joining a faction. Wonder if I can take out this Stekosaur. Well, I'll have to take on this one, who for some reason is almost dead already. Just club him a couple of times with my brutal club. That should bring him down. Yeah, I know, you want some too. Brace, and there we go. You can see I applied confusion to him. There we go. Down goes 2 Stekosaurs. Another nice thing about the town of Monsoon is I can actually just rest here at the well if I don't really need to food or water and such. I purchased 2 of these from a nearby store. These are miasma pods. Normally you can fish for these, but I was looking for fishing spots and I couldn't find them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a campfire right here next to the well. We're going to light it with the spark. Then I'm going to put my cooking pot back on it. And I'll show off what I can make with this. I'm going to combine marshmallow with salt, the miasma pod, and some meat, and then craft, and that creates ragout du marais. This is a special dish of the Hallowed Marsh that will heal wounds, unlike that immediately heals wounds and gives the possessed boon. So now I've got plenty of food, and I have a well for water. So yeah, I'm ready to actually start farming for money and such. So I looked it up, and I did discover there was another use for the scaled leather I was picking up, so instead of selling it, I was able to craft some of it into upgrading my armor again by combining 2 scaled leathers with predator bones and my armor pieces. I was able to create scaled leather, which gives me a boost to damage as well as higher defenses. In this part, I actually upgraded my boots, and I upgraded the rest of my set as well. Here we go. If I go into my inventory now, you'll see that after a bit of grinding outside of Monsoon with those bandits and the like, I've now got 12 gold ingots, which is worth 1,200 gold. So now, let's talk to this guy.
Is there something you need?
I could actually afford to buy his master's staff if I wanted it, but I don't really want that. Does he have anything else I might want, like oil or anything? Doesn't look like he does. How much money does he got? 1,090. So I'm going to give him the 10 bars I got. Now I've got 1,000 silver coins. I need 100 more if I'm going to get both of the skills from the Philosopher Trainer that I'm looking to get. So we'll head to the blacksmith next.
What can I do for you?
And I'll buy a gold bar from him too. He actually had more money. I could have gotten all of it from him. That's fine. But now, as you can see, I messed up. Boy, it's a good thing they're always worth 100 wherever I go.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, let me try that again is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 2 gold ingots, not buy one of yours. Yeah, you can see I finished upgrading all my armor, like I showed off, where I'm now wearing the scaled leather armor, like the full set. I'll of course be replacing this armor once I head into the next area that I'm going to in the next part that I'll show off once I buy the other skills from the Philosopher Trainer that I want.
Greetings, friend.
Yep. First, we're going to pick up a Leyline Connection. It'll gain 0.34 mana per second. It is a constant effect because it's a passive skill. There we go. You know, if you pay close attention to the blue meter on the bottom, you might slightly notice it refilling itself. And the other skill I'm going to pick up is Fire Affinity. This will increase my own resistance to fire by 20, and the fire damage I inflict will be increased by 15%. And it says here, I'm about to learn Fire Affinity. The teaching fee is 600 silver, which I have. Also, I won't be able to learn Sigil of Ice at all. Yeah, because you have to choose one or the other skill. In this case, I'm going to be taking Fire Affinity over Sigil of Ice. So yes, I will proceed. And now I have Fire Affinity and Leyline Connection, which are 2 massive passive abilities. And you'll notice I also spent another breakthrough point to get Leyline Connection. The other skill here is Chakram Dance, so if I get the other 2 Chakram skills and buy a Chakram, I could use these skills. And they're pretty decent, I think. I've never actually used the Chakram skills with any character before, but you can equip them and you shoot them like sway left or right. You can make them sweep around you and in front of you, or just launch it forward and hit an enemy twice, kind of like a boomerang effect. You'll notice while I've been describing all this, all my mana refilled. So yeah, that Leyline Connection means that mana will be far less of a problem because I'll regenerate it over time. I still won't recover burned mana over time, but I can still use astral potions and my other spells to reduce burned mana. I also do increased fire damage, which will make a fireball and the flamethrower much better. I wasn't able to buy any... Let me check his inventory again.
Is there something you need?
Alright. Yeah, I was hoping he'd have thick oil so I could make more firestones, but it doesn't look like he has those or firestone. He doesn't have thick oil or firestones for sale. Maybe the blacksmith will. I'll go check. And while I was out, I found a power coil in one of the chests I was looting outside in the Hallowed Marsh. This is one of the items I need to power machines like the water purifier in Cierzo. I think I need another one of these in order to repair the one in Cierzo, but the reward for doing so is good. Not only do you get the water well back, but I get a new item to go with it. It says a few prototype lanterns are built to use a coil as a power source, but they prove too expensive to mass produce. I also bought another iron mace, which will make more sense when I go to the place that I'll be going to in the next part. Out on the Hallowed Marsh, you might be able to see far in the distance there that triangular spire-looking thing. That's where I'm going to be going in the next part, the Spire of Light. So I'm going to make my way towards it. I'm going to try to avoid as much conflict as I can, which means the two guys over there get to live for now, even though he has another steel shield that I definitely want to sell. But there's other items inside the Spire of Light that I'm going to want to have, which means I have to go and get them. So yeah, for the next part we'll be heading into the Spire of Light to both check the area out and to find the things I want there that are going to help me on my journey. One of which is going to be a replacement for my scaled leather hat. It's going to be basically a permanent item that I'll be wearing. You might remember when I first created the character, I chose the legacy. That'll come into play. So yeah, in the next part, I'll be heading into the Spire of Light, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.